8 inmates of a juvenile correction home in Uttar Pradesh's Mau district escaped, after which 6 of them were apprehended. The search is on for the remaining 2 juveniles. City magistrates said that the inmates, all below 18 years of age, fled through the kitchen of the reformatory home. With India shedding its hesitations in exporting lethal arms to other countries, the US, France and Armenia ranked as the top 3 destinations for defense exports by India, which chalked up military sales worth Rs 21,083 crore to other countries in the year 2023-2024. Armenia has emerged as its biggest client of finished weapon systems. The Iskcon temple in Tirupati received a bomb threat on Sunday evening with an email claiming that ISIS will blow up the temple. The temple administration registered a complaint with the authorities immediately, after which a police squad reached the location. French President Emmanuel Macron will head to Morocco on a 3-day state visit today, after 3 years of tense relations between the two countries. Macron was invited to the North African country by Moroccan King Mohammed VI in late September. The monarch had called the visit an opportunity for a renewed and ambitious vision for covering several strategic factors. Michelle Obama challenged men to support Kamala Harris' bid to be America's first female president, warning at a rally in Michigan that women's lives would be at risk if Donald Trump returned to the White House. The former First Lady described the assault on abortion rights as the harbinger of dangerous limitations on health care for women. With just over a week to go before the election day, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, added a new proposal to his list of tax cuts aimed at winning over older adults and blue-collar workers, which already includes vows to end taxes on Social Security benefits, tips and overtime pay. Now, this comes after Harris has talked about the sandwich generation. 11 people were killed in an Israeli strike on a school-turned-shelter in Shati refugee camp in northern Gaza. Israel has struck a number of schools-turned-shelters in Gaza during the one-year conflict, saying it precisely targets militants hiding out among civilians. Commenting on Saturday's Israeli airstrikes on Iran, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel's air attack on Iran was precise and powerful and achieved all its objectives. Israel's airstrikes hit hard Iran's defenses and missile production. Meanwhile, Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said that the damage from Saturday's attack should not be exaggerated. Protesters disrupted a speech by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at a ceremony remembering the victims of Hamas attack on southern Israel last year. People shouted slogans and made a commotion, forcing Netanyahu to stop his speech shortly after it began. Many Israelis blame Netanyahu for the failures that led to Hamas' October 7, 2023 attack and hold him responsible for not yet bringing home the remaining hostages held by the militant group in Gaza. With warfare raging in Gaza and Lebanon, direct confrontation between Israel and Iran risks spiraling into a regional conflagration. America warns Iran after Israeli attacks, said Iran should not make the mistake of retaliating against Israel. The United States has approved $2 billion in arms sales to Taiwan, including the first-time delivery to the self-ruled island of an advanced surface-to-air missile defense system. This is a move that has drawn China's criticism. Under the island's new president, Lai Ching-te, Taiwan has been stepping up defense measures as China increased its military threats against the territory it claims as its own. Russia has seized control of one more settlement in Ukraine's Donetsk region, while Ukraine on the same day reported a grim situation on the front lines. The General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces reported 90 battles on the front lines, with the most intense fighting taking place in the Kurakhove and Pokrovsk directions. Massive setback for Japan Prime Minister Ishiba as ruling party fails to win parliamentary majority. The results marked the worst election for Ishiba's Liberal Democratic Party, which could only get 215 seats in this parliament, down from 279. The biggest winner was the main opposition Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan. Polling stations in Uruguay have closed in a presidential election race that has defied the regional trend of tectonic political shifts, with pollsters predicting a likely runoff next month between a leftist history teacher and a center-right top leader. It will be Yamandu Orsi, who represents the center-left Frente Amplio party, versus Alvaro Delgado of the center-right Partido Nacional will face off in the November 24 election runoff. Georgia's president accuses Russia of special operation to meddle in its election. Georgia's president claimed the country was the victim as she stood alongside Georgia's opposition. European electoral observers said that the election took place in a divisive environment marked by intimidation and instances of physical violence that undermined the outcome of the vote. In the world of sports, former BCCI chief selector MSK Prasad has claimed that Team India will miss Cheteshwar Pujara in their upcoming Test series in Australia. The Indian Cricket Board didn't name any other experienced batters apart from Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and KL Rahul for their Down Under series. Meanwhile, the women in blue faced a 76-run defeat in their second ODI against New Zealand as the newly crowned T20 World Champions levelled the two-match series. Chasing a humble total of 260 runs, Harmanpreet Kaur and company failed miserably and were bowled out for 183. And Gary Kirsten has stepped down as Pakistan's white ball coach just months before the Champions Trophy. The South African gaffer, who guided India to their 2011 World Cup glory, will not join the Pakistan side for their upcoming tours of Australia and Zimbabwe. In football, it might be the end of the line for Man United manager Erik ten Hag after the Red Devils suffered a 2-1 defeat against West Ham. The result moved the Hammers up to 13th in the league table, one place above United, who have now won just 3 of their opening 9 matches. Meanwhile, Chelsea returned to winning ways in the Premier League with a 2-1 win over Newcastle United. The win puts 5th on the table and 5 points behind league leaders Man City. And Liverpool held Arsenal to a 2-2 draw in a classic high-octane Premier League clash. The draw keeps Liverpool second in the title race and just 1 point off the top of the table. The world is celebrating International Animation Day to honor the rich, creative and cultural impact of animation. The day is an annual observance for recognizing the art of animation and commemorating the first public demonstration of Charles Emile Renaud's Theatre Optique, which took place in Paris in 1892. Surbhi Jyoti and Sumit Suri are now married. The actor couple got married in the presence of close friends and family members at Jim Corbett Resort in Uttarakhand yesterday. Surbhi took to her Instagram to share the official pictures from the intimate ceremony, where she opted for a traditional Hindu ceremony. And a Diwali treat for all Mirzapur fans. The much-loved Amazon Prime original is now expanding its horizon. The series will be turned into a standalone film, adding joy and excitement to the fans' checklist. Farhan Akhtar took to Instagram to finally confirm the long-reported speculations.
रिस्क लेना हमारा यूएसपी है। अब जो है ना, सारा खेल बदल दिया है। तो क्या है कि मिर्जापुर आपके पास नहीं आएगा।